Hello there, I'm that Gaymer guy, back with another video. As you should know by now, I'm very much a fan of the Academy Awards, and with less than a week to go, just as I did last year, I thought I would give my Oscars 2018 predictions. If you want more of an introduction to the format and content of this video, I encourage you to watch last year's predictions. As a brief summary, in this video I will only be covering the big 6 categories, so let's just jump straight into it and get predicting. One thing I will say, last year I hadn't seen a considerable amount of nominated films, primarily because for some reason UK cinema releases are for the most part a month or so behind US cinema releases. So this year I took the initiative. Any film that I missed in the cinema or hasn't been released yet in the cinema, I have watched through, shall we say, less legitimate means. The point is I can actually give a fully informed opinion this time as opposed to a partially informed opinion. Alright, so now we'll jump straight into it. So we'll start with Best Original Screenplay, and the nominees are The Big Sick, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Other than The Big Sick, I feel like any one of these nominees could take it, but I think this will go to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I'm just going to call 3 Billboards for the rest of this video because that film title is way too long. 3 Billboards is very well written, perfectly strikes the balance between comedy and drama. However, I would prefer to see Lady Bird win.
My name is Lady Bird.
Well, actually, it's not, and it's ridiculous.
Call me Lady Bird like you said you would.
You should just go to City College. You know, with your work ethic, just go to City College and then to jail, and then back to City College, and then maybe you'd learn to pull yourself up and not expect everybody to do everything.
Lady Bird for me is the funniest film I've seen in a while. It utilises non-obvious humour, which I deeply admire, and I feel like it's a comedy for pretentious people to make fun of their own pretension, which is very me. So the next category is Best Adapted Screenplay, and nominated is Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. Now, as much as I would love The Disaster Artist to take this, unfortunately the closest Tommy Wiseau will ever come to an Oscar. Realistically, I think this will go to Call Me By Your Name, and I would say deservedly so.
My mom's been reading the 16th century French romance. She read some of it to my dad night the day the lights went out.
Yeah, about the knight that doesn't know whether to speak or die.
Right.
So does he or doesn't he?
Better to speak, she said.
I never thought that another gay romance film would come close to Brokeback Mountain for me, but Call Me By Your Name is definitely up there. It's a very pretty story and one that doesn't present the usual barriers that you would expect in a gay romance film. And for whatever reason, I really enjoy films that often reference high culture, be that literature or art. Most of the time the references are lost on me, but they inspire me to be more cultured. Also, Call Me By Your Name has easily the most, I want to say graphic, but not really graphic, portrayal of gay sexuality in Oscars history. You'll never be able to eat a peach the same, that's all I'm going to say. Moving on, the next category is Best Actress, and the nominees are Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards, Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep for The Post. Margot Robbie possibly could take this, but she shouldn't. Frances McDormand, Frances McDormand, Frances McDormand. Part of me hopes she'd appear out of thin air then.
How come you came up here out of nowhere looking so pretty? You ain't trying to make me believe in reincarnation or something, are you? Because you're pretty, but you ain't her. She got killed. And now she's dead forever.
Frances McDormand delivers every line of this film with emotional intention. She seems to display every possible feeling that a person can possibly feel, but it's the grief of the character, her anger and her upset, which makes the audience forget that they're watching somebody acting, which in my opinion is what good acting is. Next up is Best Actor. The nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. So I think there's little doubt that Gary Oldman is going to win this. But there is no doubt that Gary Oldman is a fantastic actor. But as I just said, for me, good acting is making the audience forget that they're watching somebody acting. In The Darkest Hour, I was constantly aware that I was watching Gary Oldman playing Winston Churchill. It's a very traditional Oscar choice, and potentially a case of prosthetics over performance. So if he doesn't take it, I would like to see Daniel Kaluuya win.
You're paralyzed. Just like that day when you did nothing. You did nothing. Now, sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
I don't think I've rooted for a protagonist as hard as I did in Get Out for a long time. I'm not sure if that's the writing or if it's the acting, but regardless, Daniel Kaluuya does a top-notch job. I would argue that the hypnosis scene alone is award-worthy. Also, the fact that he's British and it took Americans so long to clock that, I feel is a sign of a job well done. The next category is Best Director. Nominated we have Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. I never know how you say his first name. Guillermo is definitely not right, so I'll just say Del Toro. And I think Del Toro probably will take this. But Academy voters may feel a sense of responsibility and choose to vote for the equally deserving Greta Gerwig instead, given the social climate and the fact that there's only been one previous female Best Director winner. However, personally, I would like to see Christopher Nolan win. Let's face it, it's a long time coming, especially when you consider that he hasn't even been nominated before. It appears he's got Scorsese syndrome and for whatever reason the Academy just don't like him. It's evident that Dunkirk is Christopher Nolan's most precise work. Everything occurs almost to a rhythm. The action sequences in particular are expertly handled. But if he doesn't win this year, he may very well never win. And not that the Oscars is everything, but that would be a shame. So finally we have the biggie, the award for Best Picture. Nominated are Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. Now this is a very strong year. There isn't for me a standout winner, but instead there are several films, all very different from each other, which could feasibly win. It would seem that The Shape of Water is the frontrunner, 3 Billboards as the underdog. Personally, I wouldn't mind either of those winning, nor would I mind Call Me By Your Name, Get Out or Lady Bird. If I had to choose one winner, it would be La La Land. No, I'm just kidding. It probably would be The Shape of Water. It seems that The Shape of Water is the most objectively good film nominated this year. Good story, great visuals, good score. It ticks all the boxes. At its core, it's almost a Hollywood blockbuster, but actually done well. And there's a musical number, so it's a tick from me. So there we have it. Those are my Oscars 2018 predictions. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave your predictions down in the comments. But with that, I'll say goodbye. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. If there's anything gaming, geek or LGBT related that you'd like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave your suggestions down in the comments. I hope that I'm able to stay awake to watch the Oscars this year, but I am actually setting off on my travels the following morning. So this will be the last time that we do this for a while, but fear not, I will be posting whilst I'm travelling. To Oscar or not, we shall see. I hope to see you guys next time, whenever that may be, but until then...
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.